208-201, c'était le score des quarts de finale. Lindsay Bummershine qui a quitté l'aventure ici de la Promotion Tour, 13e édition. Nous sommes toujours au bowling La Sphère, ici à Fontaine-le-Comte, à quelques kilomètres seulement de Poitiers. Celle qui se prépare actuellement derrière moi n'est autre que la GOAT, la meilleure joueuse de tous les temps, l'américaine Liz Johnson, en demi-finale. Une place en finale à aller chercher face à Clara Guerrero, la tombeuse de Bummershine. Clara a dû puiser un petit peu dans ses retranchements pour battre l'américaine en quart de finale. Bien sûr, Lindsay Bummershine, est-ce qu'elle pourra réitérer l'exploit? C'est la question qu'on pose. La réponse à cela et bien plus encore dans quelques instants.
Thank you, Mark Chevet, for that introduction to the semi-final match of the Women's Series Stepladder competition of the 2022 Bowling Promotion Strike Tour Series. Here you see the top 10 women's qualifying scores for 18 games, with Daniel McEwen leading the way. And our match today in the semifinal will feature Liz Johnson, who qualified second, against Clara Guerrero, who edged out Lindsay Bummershine in our first match. It will be the GOAT, as she was referred to, Liz Johnson on the left lane. Here you see Mark and Bruno doing the French commentary for this series. My name is Bruce Hall, and I'm your international commentator for these matches. Here is Liz kicking things off on the left lane. She was referred to as the GOAT, the greatest of all time, and why not? 25 PWBA titles, including 10 majors, 3-time PWBA Player of the Year from 2015 to 2017. She won the PBA, the regular PBA Tour Cheetah Championship in 2017, only the second woman to win on the PBA Tour, and goes cross lane to the 10-pin with no problem on the spare there. So we will see how these ladies attack this gateway arch oil pattern in the Guerrero versus Bummershine match. Both competitors were nibbling around the pocket. Neither could really pull away, and it was just one shot, really, with Lindsay costing her the match, a washout in the ninth that she almost made. And here's Clara. Looks like she switched ball. She was using a night road in the last match. She switched to a dark code, and a dark code is known for a little bit more back-ended. There it is right there. Beautiful strike for Clara, where quite a bit of the time in the last match she was coming up a little bit late and left a lot of 10-pins. In fact, just about the only spare we saw in the last match was 10 pins. Again, a 42-foot gateway arch oil pattern, fairly high ratio, so fairly accessible to the pocket. And the question is, who can figure out the angle through the pins to get them to strike? So both these ladies a fixture on the PWBA Tour, and looking for an exciting match here. Let's see how Clara adjusts to this left lane. We've seen a little bit more hook on the left lane compared to the right, and she does get it out on a beautiful double to kick things off for Clara Guerrero, which is, I think it was 5 or 6 frames before we saw a double even in the last match. So let's see how she does here, right over the 14 board, turning it up through the pocket, and there's the right way to kick things off with the double. And here's Liz Johnson. It looks like a phase 2 in Liz's hand. A venerable phase 2. Watch the way Liz targets. See how her eyes go down. She looks very close to the foul line when she targets, and there's a blower strike for Liz. And good shot there. Apparently she looks right at the dots and just targets right up the dots, right up to her mark. And she is deadly accurate with a very straightforward game, not a lot of moving parts, and we could take a lot of tips from her approach to the game, and her repeatability and accuracy is really second to none in the bowling world. Let's see what she does, if she's got any adjustment on this left lane. It has shown to hook a little bit more, the right lane being a little bit more sluggish down lane, and that certainly hooked on her. And that turned up through the beak and gives her the 3-6 spare combination. That was right over 10. She looks like she got through it pretty well, got some lift on it, and it started to read. And there we see this left lane showing itself, hooking a little bit more than the right lane. And Liz is throwing the strike for breast cancer ball there, and that is also known as the Lucy. And she actually won the Lucy with E.J. Tackett in 2018 as a mixed doubles PBA qualifying event. If you win, you get a PBA title, and they hold it down in Houston every year. So a very exciting mixed doubles tournament there that Liz has as a champion. So here's Clara. Can she strike again with this dark code and open up 20-pin lead? And a pretty good looking shot there. Turn it up. There's 3 in a row for Clara, and making the early statement here. Could she just run away with this thing? Beautiful shot there. And again, right down the track, right down just outside of the 15 board. And let's see, we can't really see where it crossed, but it's right around 15, turns up through the pocket and dead flush. Right there, beautiful shot there. And 3 in a row, good move on the dark code. I tell you, so many times you make beautiful shots, the ball just does not do the job on the back end. You're afraid to change because you have a line to the pocket. So sometimes you have to kind of take the plunge and try something else. And that's what Clara is doing here. And how about 4 in a row? Wow, beautiful shot there by Clara. Takes the 30-pin lead over Liz Johnson. And can Liz get lined up here and figure this out? And beautiful shot there by Liz. It might be the key to this match for Liz, might be that left lane. Let's see what she does here on the right lane. It seems to be more accessible. She struck the first time here. Gets it out to the pocket and go. And there's a 4-pin. So she's nibbling around the pocket here, but cannot solve the string of strikes mystery. So many times we move to a pair of lanes and we nibble around for the first few frames and finally get lined up. And it wouldn't surprise me to see Liz string some strikes in the back end of this match because it's very common for a pro to throw a few shots on each lane, get lined up, and then use that to their advantage in the back half of the game. You see it all the time in qualifying. You see it all the time in finals where bowlers move to a new lane and have to get adjusted. So you know she's making a move on this left lane. She's certainly moving her feet left. And let's see if she goes out and if she can carry the 10-pin. Get that out, comes up. Oh, there's the adjustment. Beautiful shot there by Liz Johnson. And that's going to go flush through the pocket. So she's definitely left with her feet. You can see this belly a little bit across 11 or 12. Went out to the dry, turns up through the pocket. Perfect shot there by Liz Johnson. Unfortunately, at this point, she's 31 pins in arrears. Can she come back against a red-hot Guerrero who has not missed yet? Let's see what she does here. Again, the right lane being somewhat friendlier, although a little tighter down lane, as we said. Another good-looking shot. Late to the pocket, and there's a 10-pin. So lots of those last match, as we said. But no opens. Both competitors were 100% on their spares last match. The only open, as we said, being the open from Lindsay in that washout in the 9th, which she almost made and would have given her the match had she made it. Now here's Clara cross lane with the plastic ball. Ice from Storm. Both these players, of course, representing Storm. And Matt McNeil, player rep, is actually here. And of course, Matt was the team captain of Team Vega, and they won the Baker team competition of this 2022 Bowling Promotion Strike Tour Series. Congratulations to Matt. And of course, Matt McNeil is the all-time, all-events record holder at the USBC Open Championships, which is going on in Reno, Nevada, and with a dominant score. Matt, he's got many eagles to his credit. I've lost count. It's certainly more than almost anyone else has. So Matt, a huge fixture out there at the Open Championships. And Clara, dark code on the left lane. Gets it out. Looks beautiful. Turns up through the pocket. Dead flush. Great shot. She still has she still has 279 out, so beautiful shot there. I should also say Matt is a tour rep for the Storm products out on the PWBA Tour, so he works with these competitors on a regular basis. Here is Liz on the right lane. Can she double up and eat into this lead? She's 30 behind. That was a good looking shot right up the pike, but it goes splat 10, so no luck there for Liz, and she is exactly 30 behind. She went right up the boards a little bit faster, and again with that sluggish back end on this right lane, could not get it through the pins to carry the 10 pin. No problem on the spare though. So Liz, keep working. She knows. Be patient. Keep working. Try to figure it out. Try to make a comeback in this match. Through 6 frames, it's a 30-pin lead for Clara Guerrero of Colombia. And Liz on the drier left lane. Rips the rack, spins the 5-pin. Sometimes that spins and stays up. We call it a paralyzer, but that time it rolled over and went for her. So good shot there. Liz still with 239 available. And Clara pacing at a 229 pace. So certainly by no means is this match out of wood for Liz. But a double here would go a long way to wrapping this up for Clara if she could get it right here. Gets it out. That's going to come in late. And yeah, it's that right lane again. Another 10-pin. Even with the dark code, the sharper finishing dark code doesn't quite get up to the pocket, doesn't quite take the 10 out. And now Liz will have a chance if she can figure out this right lane. We thought it would be the left lane would be her problem. It turns out the right lane Liz is not striking on. Let's see what happens next time. And once again, Clara like a machine cross lane for this 10-pin. And I'll tell you right now, would we all like to have the same spare percentages these professionals have on these single pins? And no problem there. I think part of it is the execution that the women's tour features on spares is perfect. And quite often you see on the other tours, you see people throwing it a lot harder, different approaches, different ways of doing things. I think there's a lesson there that keep your fundamentals in shape when you're shooting your spares is the most important thing. Now Guerrero still with the 30-pin lead, but Liz with the strike up. And good looking shot on the drier lane. That's got to turn up at another 10-pin for Clara. I think she trusted it on the drier lane. Wouldn't make the turn. And comes up for a kind of a semi-solid 10. It wasn't really a weak 10. The 6-pin kind of went off into the gutter, but still the ball came in late behind the head pin, late to the pocket. And there's the result. And here's another 10-pin. So it's lots of 10-pins here for these ladies getting wrapped. And good cover there. So Clara now with 249 available. 248, excuse me, available. And Liz with 239 available. So Liz can get up here and put some real pressure on Clara if she can figure out this right lane. There it is, right up at it, straight at it, and gets the strike. Beautiful shot. Boy, in a timely manner. I think that was almost a must-have right there. And look at this to the pocket, right up and at him, not even asking for it to hook very much, straight at the pocket. There's down to the 20-pin lead. She can reduce it to 10 here. We're in the 9th frame. And And just like we said, these professionals watch what the ball is doing through the early part of the game. They make their little adjustments, and it might be a hand position change, it might be a ball change, it might be a small move with your feet, even forward or backward on the approach sometimes. And can she get this one beautiful? Right up at it, rips the rack, gets it within 10 pins. And there we go, we have a match. Beautiful shot there by Liz. A little bit late. She says, don't you dare wrap. She rips the rack. Actually, an exactly 9-pin lead now for Guerrero. However, Guerrero can get up and shut this match out. If she strikes out, she can go 248 and end it right here. If she can find a way to strike in the 9th, 10th, and the second one in the 10th, 11th. Let's see what she does here. Gets it out, trusts it, gets it back. Perfect shot. Beautiful strike there. And now, like we said, double in the 10th will lock it up for Clara Guerrero, putting her in the 240s. And this is the drier lane of the two. Last time she left a 10-pin. She's left 3 10-pins this match. That's all she's left. Let's see what she does here. Look at that focus. Very intense. And really trust it out. Trust it, trust it. Comes back up another 10-pin. And sure enough, that was a good shot. When you need a shot and you trust it out to the right, you know you have confidence in your game, you have confidence in your approach. She did it on the drier lane. It's supposed to hook and come back. Just was not rewarded with the proper ball motion to get that strike. So that's going to let her have now a maximum 228. And now it will be Liz Johnson who can step up and double in the 10th to take the lead for the first time and win the match. And here is Clara across lane. Again, no problem, like a machine on that 10-pin. Give her 208 in the 9th. Strikes get her to 228. A strike fill is very important here, because if she gets the fill, it will be Liz needing a double to win as opposed to a strike and maybe 9, for example, to tie. So let's see if she can get 10 here, Clara, on the left lane. Gets it out a little bit straighter up the lane, dead flush in the pocket. That is going to be 228 for Clara Guerrero, 20-plus pins more than she scored in the last match, so certainly got some dividends by moving to that dark code, and that was a perfectly thrown fill ball, so give her 228. Now, it's up to Liz Johnson. She absolutely must have the first one. If she goes strike, 9 spare, we have a tie. If she goes double, we have a winner in Liz Johnson. But she must have this one. Same process. Move those eyes closer. Roll it right up the mark. Beautiful shot. And rips the rack, rips the 5-pin. Gets the one she needed. That's power right there. Watch this ball come up. You could see it's a little bit late to the pocket, but it blows the 5. And beautiful shot there by Liz Johnson. Now, 9 spare, must have at least 9. 9 spare to tie. Strike to win. So Clara's like, I led this entire match. Could not figure out those 10 pins later in the match, but Liz comes back now with the back 4. So again, figuring out the pair, figuring out how to strike. And let's see what she can do here. Strike to win. Gets it right up the lane. Beautiful shot. Oh, a little bit late. I think she got it left in the oil. And it came up a little bit late in the pocket. Maybe a little fast, too. So she leaves the 9 count. Now this spare to tie. And by the way, ties are broken by a shootout format. There's be a roll-off, but it'll be what we call a shootout, which is a one-ball roll-off format. And no problem, doesn't even wait. No problem on the 7-pin. We have a tie. And Mr. Matt McNeil will explain what happens now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a tie. The rules of the ProMotion Tour is that the tie is decided by one ball, sudden death roll-off. The high seed, Liz Johnson, has a choice of which lane they will start on. Liz will throw a shot, and then Clara will follow. The high ball wins, low ball goes out. If there is a tie, we will go to the opposite lane and repeat the same process until the tie is broken. So Liz, you have choice of which lane. Okay, Liz has chosen lane 6. The player will each throw one ball. High pin count will advance to the championship match. Good luck.
Thank you, Matt McNeil. And explained the format of our roll-off here. It will be Liz on the right lane, and she will throw a shot. And then if she strikes, it will be up to Clara to match on that same lane. And if they do tie, or whatever Liz throws, Clara must match or beat. And she goes right up the pike again, right at it. Perfect strike, kicks the 10. And you can't do better than that for the first shot in a roll-off. So good shot there by Liz Johnson. Look at this form, straight up the lane, slap the 10. Bowler's best friend. Great shot there. Now, Clara Guerrero must strike, or Liz advances. Again, the winner faces Daniel McEwen, who dominated the qualifying, by the way. Daniel was...
We need a rack on.
Oh, I guess we need a re-rack now on the right lane. Clara was about to go on the left lane. She needs to be on the right, so we need a re-rack now on the right lane. Matt kind of directing traffic here. And we're going to wait for a fresh rack to be set up. As we said, Daniel McEwen dominated qualifying by 12 pins a game over the other competitors, so she will face the winner of this match in our final. That will come up next on this YouTube channel. Clara Guerrero must strike to match Liz Johnson. In this roll-off, bowlers tied at 228. Right up at it. Looks a little light. Looks good, though. And she gets the paralyzer 5, but it goes a little bit late to the pocket. Gets the mixer, and the 5-pin does cooperate. And now Liz confirms it is her shot now on the left lane. And again, Liz throwing the back 4 here to put herself back in the match, including 2 strikes on this lane. Let's see what she does here. Doesn't get more exciting than one ball roll off for the title for the match. And that's right up the boards. Oh, that red in the mid lane, it goes through the beak for a Greek church, except the 10-pin kicks out. Oh, what a bad break for Liz. She got that right up the lane on the drier lane, and it picked up in the mid lane and turned right through the beak on her. Oh, she's like, oh, no, don't do that. That's going to be trouble. Let's see if Clara now only needs 7 to win the match and go on to face Danielle McEwen. This will be 2 incredibly tight matches that Clara has survived. Let's see what she can do. She can play very safe. She can move left here, make sure she doesn't go through the beak. Move her feet left and just get it light into the pocket would be enough. I think that's what she did. She went left, straight up, dead flush pocket strike. Clara Guerrero will move on in a tightly contested match, back and forth. Liz Johnson making an amazing comeback late in the game, but couldn't quite get there in the roll-off. Congratulations to Clara Guerrero, who will move on to face Daniel McEwen. You see Daniel coming in now. That'll be our next match on this YouTube channel, and you can see the stats here. No opens for either player, 1 extra strike for Clara, and just 1 extra spare for Liz Johnson. So congratulations there. Stay tuned, everybody, for our interview with Liz Johnson with Mark Chevet, and we will see you next time for the final. Well, it will be Clara Guerrero against Daniel McEwen.
Voilà un match qui a été jusqu'au bout de l'aventure, puisqu'on a eu effectivement des boules pour départager les deux joueuses. Clara Guerrero, Liz Johnson, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, la meilleure de tous les temps, Liz Johnson, éliminée évidemment. Liz, just a quick reaction. It went right down to the wire, an emotional roller coaster of sorts. How did it feel from your perspective to live that?
It was a great match. You know, Clara's a great bowler, and you know, I came back a little bit and made some great shots when I needed to towards the end, and I wish I could have had the second one in the 10th back a little bit, and that roll off that shot wasn't very good. But you know, I'm happy the way I bowled today and even the last couple of days, and so I'm happy to be here and enjoying France.
One of the fun things about this matchup as well is the way you started. It was a difficult start. Clara got off to a phenomenal start, and you were able to flip it over midway, 5th frame, sort of you finding your form again. Can you walk us through the process? What happens in your mind when you get off to a bad start, and how do you tune it up to go on and find solutions for the latter frames?
Well, I knew I was close. It was just it was a matter of you make a ball change, and the way the lanes are right here, you make a little bit of a change, and it's a big difference. So I kind of just made a little change in my hand and got the ball out on the lane to get the ball, you know, to react a little bit harder, and that worked for me. And unfortunately, the second shot in the 10th that I needed to shut her out wasn't quite there, and my roll off, it just was a bad shot. So, but I'm happy the way I bowled, and got some more bowling to do.
Voilà, Liz nous dit effectivement, je suis très content de la façon dont j'ai performé durant cette rencontre face à Clara. J'ai réussi à obtenir finalement ce renversement de situation à mi-parcours de la rencontre. Évidemment, sur le roll-off, ça n'a pas été en mon sens, mais je suis très heureuse d'avoir participé à cette belle aventure ici en France. J'ai passé un très bon moment. Voilà, merci beaucoup. Thank you very much, Liz. Great to have you. Thank you. Merci.